Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heroes and Farewells, where we preserve the most human stories amid the upheavals of war. Every week, I'll share with you a moment of comrades standing side by side on the front lines, heartfelt letters sent from the home front, and the hopeful journeys of reunion after rain of bombs and shells. Today, we tell the harrowing tale wrought by World War II. Please listen closely. In the summer of 1939, when kites still dance above the golden fields, who could imagine that before long the sky would rain fire? In a small village nestled on the banks of the Oder River in Germany, 12-year-old Johann Müller greeted each dawn running across the harvest, and each dusk laughing with his father as they flew kites in the warm sunlight. In that peace, the bombs of the First World War felt distant, and none believed history could repeat its tragedy. But in September 1939, when Poland first bore the brunt, the world trembled. Johann could not grasp the political machinations. He only saw his mother's sorrow and his father's uncharacteristic silence, and felt the fragile calm shatter. One early autumn morning, Johann heard hurried footsteps at the gate. His grandmother burst through, eyes red with tears. "Johann, my child, Germany has declared war. Many young men must enlist. Your father, he may be called to..." Johann looked at his father's stern face and the hand that trembled on his shoulder. For the first time, he knew war was no longer a distant tale in books. Less than a week later, dressed as a boy soldier, Johann's father shouldered his pack and stood in their courtyard. His mother held back tears to embrace her son one last time. "My son, be brave. I will keep the home safe until your father returns." Johann's eyes filled with wonder and fear. He had never left his mother's side overnight. Now, he watched his father step onto the truck amid a plume of black smoke. As war spread, the little village by the Oder emptied. Most men enlisted, leaving women and children to tend the fields. Empty pillboxes stood silent, lumber mills closed, fertilizers ran out, and harvests failed. Johann's mother became a makeshift seamstress, mending old clothes from millers in exchange for flour. Johann, once a boy at play, now plowed, sowed, and harvested with callous hands. One night, the air raid siren shattered the silence. The villagers crowded into a bomb shelter. Johann clung to his mother, trembling as each explosion shook the earth. She whispered, "My son, hold tight to me." Months passed with daylight, no longer safe. Johann shut his eyes at the flash of bombs. When he opened them, fields lay in ruin, and his neighbors' roofs had collapsed. The scent of gunpowder and blood clung to his boots. Winter 1942 brought German reversals on the Eastern Front. Border authorities ordered women and children westward to safety. Johann's mother resolved to take him to Bavaria's remote countryside, far from Allied bombers. Oxen pulled carts laden with burlap sacks and dusty suitcases. Children wept. Women bowed their heads, and old men shivered in the cold. Johann sat beside his mother, hugging a worn teddy bear, his father's gift before departure, and whispered to the starlit sky, "I will find you, Father, wherever you are." They arrived at a small farm run by widow Hildegard, who had lost her husband and 3 sons in 1916. She sheltered Johann and his mother in exchange for help tending pigs and chickens. No words were spoken. Grief lingered in every glance. At night around the hearth, Hildegard spoke of her lost sons at Verdun, while Johann's mother told stories of Johann and his father. Johann sat silent, eyes fixed on the flickering flames as he learned the courage. War may steal so much, but keep your soul. One morning in the fields, Johann met Hans, another 12-year-old, in a ragged uniform. Hans's father fell at Stalingrad. His mother worked as an interpreter for Allied forces. The boys bonded instantly, flying kites, weaving bird traps, and sharing tales of their fathers. Hugo Müller and Heinrich Schultz. Hans confided, "When peace comes, I'll become an architect and rebuild the shattered homes." Johann smiled. "I'll be a journalist, tell everyone stories, so future generations know the cost of peace." They clasped shoulders in a childhood vow among the snowy fields. In March 1943, a battered courier delivered a letter. Hans's mother sobbed upon reading. Heinrich Schultz fell at Stalingrad on February 2nd, 1943. Hans froze and collapsed. Johann father sent his photographs and his pocket watch. Keep them safe. Johann hugged it, heart aching, and vowed, I will find father, no matter the storm. Spring 1944 saw Allied bombing of northern Germany intensify. One night, the sirens sounded again. Hans, Johann, his mother, and Hildegard's children scrambled into a bunker. In the dark, Hans gripped Johann's hand. I'm scared. Johann whispered, Don't worry. I'm here. I won't let you go alone. Bombs fell relentlessly. Debris crashed above them. When silence fell, they emerged to find a farm half destroyed. Hildegard wept and embraced Johann's mother. I have lost everything, but seeing you safe is my greatest blessing.
Amid the rubble, Johann found an intact brick oven. Inside was a crumpled note. Sixth Corps withdrawing to Berlin. Logistics concentrated at Erfurt camp. Johann showed his mother. Mother, I think father is there. Together with Hans, they set out, slipping past checkpoints along abandoned rails. Starving, bloody, Johann pushed his old bicycle and shouted into the wind. Father, I am coming. Nightmares of bombs and shelters gave way to a frost-covered dawn on the tracks. In a drizzling afternoon at Erfurt, the vast camp lay deserted except for a few empty tents. In a muddy yard, some old soldiers stowed weapons. Johann timidly approached, holding up the watch. Sir, my father, Hugo Müller, do you know him? A sergeant glanced at him. Hugo Müller, yes. He was gravely wounded in Normandy and sent to a field hospital north. His tone darkened. He's been at Hanover Hospital, but the base was bombed and records lost. All we know is he's alive and recovering. Johann's mother wept and held her son. My husband lives, he lives. Johann whispered to Hans. See, sometimes miracles do happen. Johann's mother arranged passage in a military ambulance to Hanover, a short but perilous journey under sporadic German armor fire. They reached a field hospital teeming with wounded, the air thick with disinfectant, blood, and pain. Then Johann saw his father, bandaged across his forehead, eyes dim but hopeful, as he ran forward shouting, Father! Müller faintly smiled. Johann, my son. Tears flowed as mother and Hans joined the embrace under the bomb-scattered linden trees. All the pain and separation dissolved in that family reunion. For months, Müller recovered under Johann's care, porridge, boiled vegetables, and salt, while he sat by a window recounting youthful hopes for peace. Once discharged, the Müllers returned to Bavaria. The farm lay in ruin, yet they toiled to rebuild. Johann, Hans, and neighbors plowed, planted potatoes, and sowed grain. Under spring sunlight, green shoots emerged from barren earth. Widow Hildegard, frail but proud, watched from her doorway, smiling. Yesterday's ash has become tomorrow's dream. Mid-1946, fireworks lit a small Bavarian square for New Year's celebration. Families in newly sewn clothes held homemade lanterns. The mayor invited the Müller family on stage to receive the Resilient Family Medal for their rebuilding efforts. That night, Johann played accordion and Hans violin for friends who softly sang Ode to Joy. Lantern light flickered on cobblestones as the crowd listened. O gentle breeze of the east. O triumphant spring. Soft serenity. We hail you, peace. Tears and laughter mingled as once shattered people joined hearts for the future. 70 years later, now silver-haired, Johann sits under an ancient oak by the Oder, recounting those days to teary-eyed grandchildren. Peace is life's greatest treasure. Never lose it again. He smiles, patting each child's head. Remember, from ruin's ashes, we can sow hope. Love and courage will conquer every darkness. I hope this story has moved you and reminded us all of the priceless value of peace and the enduring power of humanity.